This is the movie news as brought to you by me, Generally Nerdy, right here on the channel, Generally Nerdy, of whatever platform you might be watching on, probably YouTube. If you want to see the entire episode, the full news show, then follow the top link in the description, again, assuming you're on YouTube. Or if you are not, then check out youtube.com/generallynerdy, generallynerdy.net. Those are places to go do the thing. Let's get into the news before I lose my breath. Going into the movie section, we don't have any follow-ups or corrections. So yay, halfway kind of. We do have a trailer. The new Spider-Man Far From Home trailer launched. I know you've probably already seen it because it launched during the week where I wasn't really doing a whole lot. So everybody has watched it at this point. So I'm not really breaking the news here, but let's get a little aside, a little reasonable real quick. So we know a couple of things about the way trailers work. We know that they cut trailers in a way to make you think certain things. They make it look like Alfred Molina is talking to Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I don't think that's the case. I know everybody has already said that Matt Murdock is in the trailer, you just don't see his face. Totally on board with that, but my hot take is when Alfred Molina's Doc Ock jumps down and says, "Hello, Peter," he's not actually talking to Tom Holland. He's talking to his Peter Parker, because the way they make it look, again, they make things look pretty awesome in trailers, but the way they make it looks like this is his introduction to this new world. So how would he know that Tom Holland is Peter Parker, or is Peter Parker at all, let alone the guy who is also Spider-Man? He wouldn't. He would know, though, that his Tobey Maguire Peter Parker, though, is Spider-Man. So unless Tom Holland is already in his spider suit, I'm pretty sure that was him talking to Tobey Maguire. So there you go. All right, back to the things at hand. That is all we have right now for trailers. Let's talk about news. We have a reboot for the Rocketeer. This one kind of came out of left field, I'm not going to lie. So the production staff behind this is David and Jessica. I'm going to mispronounce this last name and I apologize. But David and Jessica Oyelowo. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Please, somebody tell me how to say that because that's a cool last name. Anyway, and David is also said to be the one that is going to be cast in the starring role. It is going to be a Lego sequel. They are going to acknowledge the existence of the movie that came out in the 90s that really did poorly. And honestly, I mean, this sounds like a very interesting take and something that fits into this world. It sounds like they're going to do it as a period piece once again. So that all fits. I'm just genuinely interested to see where this goes. And now let's get a little reasonable one more time. This is not a property that a lot of people have really stuck their ground on or choosing this to be the hill that they die on. I think this is a prime example of a way to reboot a dead franchise and do all of the things that we want to despise in quote unquote SJW content and still make it seem organic and legitimate and something that the fans can get behind, because nobody cares about the Rocketeer. If you can make the Rocketeer awesome and have a black dude playing him, by all means do it, because nobody's really cared about this character since probably, I mean, even when it came out in the 90s, it was kind of meh. So I hope this works out, because this is going to be a blueprint for how to successfully check all of those social justice boxes and also keep hardcore nerdy types engaged and loving the product that you're giving. Now, I know there's going to be some static, but so far it's very little, if any. So hoping that this goes well. Anyway, that is our little aside for that. Anyway, our next piece has to do with Alita Battle Angel. Robert Rodriguez has said very recently in an interview, you can find a link to it down in the show notes, that he's hoping that all of this work that he's doing for Disney is scoring him brownie points so that he can finally make this sequel to Alita Battle Angel. So the fire's still going in old Robert Rodriguez. So let's just hope that that continues to build, shall we? Our final movie piece has to do with the Expendables franchise. We are officially getting a fourth installment. We have the additions to the cast being 50 Cent, Tony Jaa, and Megan Fox. Tony Jaa, super martial artist, super excited about him getting this role. And also returning to the cast from previous movies, we have Stallone, Jason Statham, Dolph Lundgren, and Randy Couture. Very likely we will get more confirmations of casting going forward, but so far that's what we've got. It is actually happening, and they are in early stages of pre-production, so that's kind of exciting if you like your action spectacles huge. Also, to be noted here is that Stallone has said that he is looking to get another R-rated action movie out of this one, so no more of that PG-13 nonsense that we got in the last one. That's all we got for the movie section, though, nerds. And that is all of the movie news that is worth talking about as far as the nerd sphere is concerned. If you want to see all of the other sections, again, top link in the description, generallynerdy.net, youtube.com/generallynerdy, patreon.com/generallynerdy, all of the wonderful places. Thank you for joining me again, nerds. Before we go, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.